divine entanglement and for joining us in all of our divine offerings, whether it be our weekly Ascension Global radio shows, our monthly Sacred Temple teachings, our prayer groups, or our gathering in sacred community and sacred soul tribe gatherings. Our love and our light is with you always, and may you enjoy with great exaltation and honor in the path that you walk, in your unfolding in every day, that we create harmony and unity in our diversity and in our oneness. May we co-create for eons to come in this now concurrent moment, and we thank you so much for joining us. For more of our offerings and for more of our co-creations together, please tune into our website, http://ulwhc.com.
Welcome, 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 and this is Joanna from Universal Love and Light Wisdom Offerings. Thank you so much for tuning in, as you do week after week, moment for moment, in our now moment reality, in your moving about life as you listen to the podcasts. In all moments that you gather, know that we have an etheric chamber that we create space and we present the universal frequencies through all of our offerings. So in any moment that you tune in, whether it be now or a future now moment, you are entangling and threading with the universal aspects of all that you are, of the human's collective all that we are, as a collective family, as a collective soul tribe, as well as the Gaia frequency and the Gaia consciousness of all that she is. As our galactic body expands, as our galactic awareness expands, the consciousness webbing and weaving that we all exist within, always have, we always will, but now we're becoming more aware of it, we're awakening to it. So just know that as you tune in week after week, dear lighted ones, that you always have this beautiful sacred space that you are able to attune to and link in and entangle in with the highest of vibrational frequencies that directly and innately align with the benevolency of creation. Benevolency means for the greater good of all, for the greater good of light and love cycles of evolution. Benevolency means it's threaded within what we know to be unity consciousness. Unity consciousness is the vibrations of awakenings that every human being are being offered. Unity consciousness is the Christed vibration sent through within the links of the grids that Gaia is within. Her divine sacred crystalline heartbeat, the crystalline vibration. The Christed vibration is also a Christed crystalline vibration. So all of these threadings, all of these words that we use, they are vibrational terminologies. They are vibrational offerings, dear lighted ones, for those of you that are new to our sacred soul tribe, to our sacred soul circle. In understanding that as you walk about your life, perceiving yourself as seemingly separate, please know, dear ones, you are so not. You are threaded within an infinite weaving and webbing of consciousness, within nature, within Gaia, within the sacred human soul tribes that you have agreed to connect with and entangle with at higher consciousness levels, at earthly, human, physical levels, and why we gather in the way that we do every week. For many of you are feeling and sensing your sacred soul family that reach far beyond the blood relatives that you have known and have over for Thanksgiving dinner. As you reach within the all that you are, and you lovingly explore who you are, and you lovingly offer who you are to creation in the authentic way that only you can, and you do so with embrace, and you do so with exaltation and with honor, then your sacred soul tribe is magnetically pulling and attracting you as those heart vibrations are sent from you, as you live authentically, as you live soulfully, purposefully. And those synchronistic moments will occur in any time. And while living with a surrender and an open heart and allowance for your sovereign path, offers the vibration that is so open and in alignment with the Christed grids, with the Christed potentiality, which is infinite, eternal. We're going to talk a lot about this within our multidimensional parenting, our hour 2. We have a beautiful guest on, a beautiful healer that I met in Mount Shasta. So Christine, thank you for joining us today, and she will be on at the bottom of our second hour. And she will also be sharing a beautiful Gaia musing with us as we tap into the Gaia energies. But we will talk and we will offer, because this is the number vibration of 9. We're entering into a beautiful 1st of September. And truly, dear lighted ones, what I'm sensing from the collective ascension frequencies as a visionary, as an intuitive, for those who do not know me or those who are new at listening, I am a conduit for the Christed energy, meaning that I tap in and I have come with DNA, I have come with blueprints, I've come with specific soul themes that allow me to communicate in a way that opens up vibrational teachings and wisdoms from a universal perspective that is specific to Earth, that is specific to the human collective. I've been within this human earthly timeline many, many times. many eons of lifetimes I've experienced an earthly human body in various roles and various themes, as you all have. I'm very deeply connected and threaded with the stars. I have within my energetic fields, within my energetic bodies and my multidimensional bodies, imprints and implants that allow me to communicate with the galactic and frequency councils that I belong with, that I'm threaded with, working within grid systems within our universe, omnipresence. As I reach up and within, so too do the energies are entangling and integrating with me as we speak. And so I'm able to bring forward the Christ consciousness, which is a vibration that many masters have come forward in all of our timelines, all of our religions, to bring forward and teach. And it is not linked to any one religion. It is not linked to any one belief system. It is the inner knowing, it is the inner vibration that we are all children of God. Within this inner knowing, within this inner seeking, within this inner exploration and divine sacred play, as God children, we begin to discover and unveil and unleash and unravel and unwrap, whatever word you want to define this beautiful gift and journey. Begin to explore who we are as God beings, and the gifts come forward multidimensionally. Divinely timed and divinely aligned, and always for the highest of purposes of benevolency, meaning that each and every one of us are a unique God child, make no mistake about that, regardless of how we come forward within our belief systems, our religions, our timelines, our belief family understandings. We are each God's spark. We each come with divine creative purpose and creative expression. And we each come with the birthright, the divine sovereign birthright, to explore, to express, and to experience God in our own unique ways. And this is the Christed vibration. It all falls under the Christed umbrella. These Christed vibrations are also synchronistically threaded within Gaia's soul blueprint. For she has desired for humanity to move and to awaken into oneness, into harmony, the unity consciousness that we've been talking about. Christ consciousness is threaded within the unity consciousness. How each and every human being awakens to these light code frequencies, awakens to their own inner promptings with the God within, their higher self inspiring them through dreams, the higher self inspiring them through musings or the meetings of others as these heart vibrations are sent out to creation within the web of the all, the omnipresent consciousness web, sending you back synchronistic meetings with people that you are meant to be in touch with or meant to entangle with for the co-creation, for the unity harmonic of the collective. We're rebirthing our entire collective through each and every one of us. Every time that we act authentically and we embrace ourselves with an open heart, we awaken unity consciousness. Every time that we move forward and we lovingly express all that we are as the God being that we are in a truthful, soft, and loving way, allowing all others to do the same as well, we are allowing the unity consciousness to awaken and to be that resonant platform for others to also open within their hearts of expansiveness. But that they don't have to, and that's okay too. And that is a necessary foundational lesson that we each must move through, is honoring thyself in thy path and embracing thyself in thy path, holding thyself within the highest of light. is to also mirror and reflect that to all others, as within, so without. As we open within, we open without. And the synchronicities, the opportunities, the manifestations, the understandings, the intellect, the wisdom, the gifts come to you, or showing themselves to you in all moments. You don't have to chase anything or anyone. As within, so without. As above, so below. We are anchoring the heavens in all moments that we create the portal of now, this portal of love. And we choose, through our masterful choice, how we go into every moment. As we open into every moment, we are aligning with the Christed vibration, because the Christed vibration is open. It's eternal. It's infinite. It's creative. So what we'd like to begin to muse about so softly and lovingly as we enter in and as we awaken and embrace and so excitedly say hello and welcome to this September 1st. And we look at the number vibration. The number vibration of 9 is endings and cycles and mastery level awareness into a number 1 day, new beginnings. And this is how I see much of the next 6 months moving, is that the celestial alignments in our skies and our galaxy will be shifting and moving in such a different way, allowing us to see, to create for ourselves every moment for moment, to perceive, and we say with pause and we say with clarity, and we're going slow here, dear ones, because this will make a dramatic shift in how you experience yourself as God, how you perceive yourself within the all, and what is within you. And those are the 3 primary frequencies that each and every one of us move through. Who are we? What do we exist within? And what exists within us? Moment for moment mastery, perceiving every moment a new portal of potential. And why our show today is labeled and titled and ignited and inspired as Portals of Now, Portals of Love. How we expand, how we experience, how we understand ourselves to be, to know ourselves, to explore ourselves in all moments can be perceived as, and literally this is how it feels. I'm explaining this in a holographic way because this is how I see it from a grander perspective, because it truly, truly is. Every moment that you see before you is a spiraling portal of new. Truly. And we can break this down, as we will in the top of our hour 2, for you to see and for you to bring forward and integrate into your daily life how simple and how fluid it can be to create harmonic and balancing change in your home, within your temple, the home, within your temple, your divine sacred body. For if we perceive every moment right now, there's a spiraling portal that stands before you, beholding you. Potentiality of the all, which is the Christ energy that we are all gifted with within the cells and the molecules and the DNA that exists within us, the Christed potential, the all. And why your cells feel to vibrate faster and your skin feels as if it's changing and oscillating at a higher frequency, because you are. The Christed vibrations within you are light frequencies, light encodings, and it affects every aspect of your multidimensional beingness. And there are portals in all moments that you are offered. Your attitudes, your intentions, your state of being, as you stand before this divine creational portal, and as you walk through it in your centeredness, in your harmony, in your divine sacred self-love, is how you expand the reality that you experience and how it returns to you in kind. Make no mistake about that. Are you moving into your moment-for-moment creational experience, the interweaving, the entwinement of you and God in all things? with all beings, with all life, with outdated attitudes or perspectives of fear or anxiety or limitation? Or can we, in just this one moment, as we all align within this divine and sacred etheric chamber with the universal teams and angelics and councils supporting us and loving us and being our guidance in all ways, and the higher selves, open with a divine full-body breath, opening the pillar of light. That pillar of light that runs along your spine is called the prana tube, the God tube, through which breath feeds and nourishes your cells and your organs and your body and your chakra systems, the energetic systems of information of all that you are, purposeful and divine and required. And as breath inspires you to open into your allness, calling forward the higher self to harmonize with your highest, most intellect, guiding you moment for moment in love and in joy and in soulful excitement, harmonizing through breath as you inhale. I'm harmonizing with my higher self. I'm harmonizing with the omnipresent heart-mind, the benevolent factors of all that you are, harmonizing in breath because you ignite it. You're a master. Remember that 9, the 11, mastery vibration frequencies. September will offer us in all moments, how may we perceive our now moment so that I may masterfully create a portal that I walk through, and I'm harmonizing and living moment for moment with my higher self in balance, in understanding that at all moments I have an entwinement of intelligence and free will and love guiding me, that sacred trinity. The multidimensional bodies of physical, mental, emotional, and etheric are balanced and well because you are guiding them in breath. You are honoring every phase of your ascension. You are embracing your body, your bodies. You are tuning in when your body needs rest. You are tuning in when your emotions feel frayed. You are allowing yourself to breathe and take honor in all moments, for that's what mastery allows you, to guide each moment within. So that therefore we are not reacting in ego response. We are breathing, centering within the wholeness of all that we are as multidimensional cosmic universal beings of light, now awakening to our Christhood, grounding and anchoring through the sands of soils of Gaia because we know she is our canvas. We feel her consciousness. We feel her support and her radiance as she feeds us light and codations and breath and sustenance. And we are harmonized as the whole being that we are, centered within our divine sacred heart space, the center of your beingness through which all life and all portals open to you, from the very center of your being. The portals of love are gifted to you when you are centered and you drop within that divine sacred heart, that presence of Mother, Father within you, the balance of the male God rays, the balance of the female God rays, the wisdoms within you. You have them. You are an aspect of the wisdoms, and they are all residing within you. But it takes our conscious awareness. It takes our intuitive desire to say, I understand that I'm profound. I understand I have profound wisdoms within. What does this feel like? Let's go within and let's begin. Who am I? What exists within me? Therefore, changing the perspective of what I exist within. You create your reality from within first. And therefore, as the portal that is beholding you, standing before you, this beautiful, opalescent, multidimensional portal of light. In this now moment, as we are musing so lovingly as the child of play that we are, children of God, excitedly musing and excitedly playing within our energies of all that we are as cosmic beings of light, We see this beautiful portal forming before us. We're harmonized with our higher self, and our higher self allows us to feel gentle and loving excitement for this portal. For we do not know what's on the other side. We know that we'll be there, of course. Perhaps in a new form, perhaps in a new excitement, perhaps in a new way of thinking or behaving. Perhaps it might be to view your own home in a new way, the temple that you exist within. Perhaps that portal is your preparation to a beautiful first contact experience. And you're preparing thyself in this now moment so that as you masterfully walk through that portal of now, you're intending the expansiveness of whatever unfolds as you walk through it and as you behold on the other side of it. Do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? Your now state of being, your now state of harmony, your now state of Christed knowing. Arise, dear lighted ones, arise. And whatever resides within and beyond that portal, whether it be your home, whether it be a challenge with a family situation, in what it was perceived a moment ago, because your energy is different now. Your knowing, your perspective, your awareness, your wisdom, your intelligence is different now. Whatever it may be that you create that portal to assist you with, to honor and assist you in aligning with your highest wisdom and intellect. Whatever it may be a health issue, it may be a concern with a family member, whatever it may be that portal represents to you in every now to now moment, whether it be cooking a meal for your family, whether it be honoring your body with a beautiful sensuous bath with essential oils, whatever it might be, you expand it within the moment of now, opening through your portal of love, your divine sacred heart with Mother, Father, God, and giving yourself permission to live in this way of mastery. And in this moment of now, as I behold this beautiful crystalline portal, I create sacred breath, for I understand sacred breath harmonizes me within the all. It feels so good. I feel the anchoring and the cord ground me to Gaia's sacred heartbeat. I feel my chakras ground me for my co-creations and my manifestations with my sacred human tribe. I know the importance of my grounding, for it allows me to manifest here upon this beautiful ascending planet with sacred human family that resonate with an excitement and joy of my vibration as I them. And my breath harmonizes me and allows me to feel the God presence of all that I am within the center of my being. And I intend in this moment of now to open my heart full-heartedly to this now moment portal. And I step into pure alignment of open, Christed joy. As I see before me a new school year for the children, I open into those energies of experience with my open, Christed intent. For there will be new outlines to create, some based on old world systems, old world structures. But how I move through this portal of knowing, how I move through this portal of my mastery, I may intend to open within a new series of encodings of light work, of mastery, and I may offer my light work to those old systems, therefore neutralizing the density and bringing it to a higher vibration. Number 9. Number 11. Mastery cycles, bringing all things to a higher vibration through your neutralizing, through your harmonizing. You're a master now, dear lighted ones. We're showing you moment from moment from moment how your reality unfolds. However, most often than not, many have been walking in lack of awareness of who they are, what they exist within, and what exists within them. They have not been connected or grounded to the planet, not seeing the unity consciousness within the planet and the potentials to create with her. Her communication presence with us, how to manifest and create those telepathic, higher dimensional wisdoms that you've always had because you've been here many times, but that you may now activate because you're now aware of it. You can now create a portal as you walk into a forest for your daily walk. I created this beautiful open Christed portal and have it be that simple intention. An open Christed portal, so that whatever it may be that you step, footprint to footprint, breath for breath, moment for moment, experience for experience, meeting to meeting, moment for moment life unfolding. We all have lives, but you are a master. And we may open within the Christed heart of that knowing and begin to create like a master. This is what we are being ushered to do at a collective, galactic, universal level. To see that how we open into liberation is our moment for moment portal creation. Are you opening into love? Is it a portal of love? Or is it a portal of frustration or anxiety because you feel or you perceive all else around you feels so dense and limited? Then that will be the timeline that we'll continue to experience. For timelines, experiences, as we will talk about in our second hour, it's not linear, it's a spiral. And we've talked about this many times on our shows as mastery frequencies. Time moves in a spiral. And why it appears that situations or experiences continue to cycle back to you in a spiral and a circle, so that we stand within our power, stand within our Christed light, in our awareness. Well, I'm a master now, I can do this. I see why this is coming to me. I see why I've manifested this experience. It's showing me the limitation or judgment I have. And so I choose to just create a harmonic, peaceful breath right here, right now. Here we go. I open my prana tube, I open that God tube, that God breath, honoring and harmonizing me with my higher self, my omnipresent intelligence, my omnipresent all. As you exhale down, you're grounding and harmonizing all that you are as a multidimensional being of Christed light, anchoring through the sands and soils of Gaia, harmonizing with her heartbeat, for her heartbeat is threaded with your heartbeat. You each know what each other's soul blueprints and agreements and desires and excitements are, and she's here to help you every step of the way. So too is the omnipresent wisdom and intelligence. Do you see what we're saying here, dear lighted ones? Breath harmonizes you and brings you to that harmonic oneness, your allness, your universality. You open within breath. And I create an open Christed portal that stands right before me, and it will behold my mastery. For I anchor within the Christed essence of all that I am, and as I move my hands so lovingly, I'm creating a vibrational portal of light and love, so that whatever challenge may I be going through in this moment, or whatever belief or perspective that is held in limitation, it is the dropping within my divine sacred heart and opening within love. I perceive this now moment anew, and as I walk through this portal, I'm opening into my Christed allness. Ideas, inspirations, colors, sounds, frequencies, light encodings, the magnificence of my allness, threading through me as I walk through this delicious portal I have created of my allness. And you're softening within, dear lighted ones. It's not a path of treachery or hard work. The opening to your Christhood is so very soft and elegant and beautiful, for it's what you've always been. A divine being of gracious light. Living in grace is living within an open heart. So that unconditional love and unconditional trust be embraced and bestowed upon thyself first. In all moment for moment portals that you create for yourself. Thus then, rippling light and love and unconditional acceptance to the all. Opening within the all is to understand that there are light and dark in all things. And it's the acceptance, that's the neutrality, where it no longer has to bother and ache at you anymore. The dreams or the negative energies or the dark energies that may appear upon the path. For somewhere in the vibration that you hold and that you carry, there may be a fear or a belief or an inclination or perspective that is not yet cleared. And it's showing itself to you as the master that you are in manifesting it. To face it in all of its glory. It no longer has to be perceived as dark and nasty or negative. Perceive it neutrally. That's what a master does. Through breath. I align with my omnipresence, for I am the all, I am God, I am Christ. I understand all aspects are God. I seek and I perceive all beings as godly. And I understand the fear that I held in that moment, for I did not feel the confidence and the clarity and the inner knowing of who I am. And while you've come forward to show me, for the feet and the bones and the skin that I stand in right now, here creation, within the purity of my heart, these tones of clarity and these tones of vibration, moving forth from the lips as speak Christed tone. For I am that I am. And those frequencies no longer serve me, for I understand the lessons. I understand the gifts and the blessings that you have taught me. To stand within my honor and my light, I hold thyself in the highest light, as I hold you. And just as if you are turning the page in the book of you, or moving from the house, from room to room in this beautiful mansion, in this mansion of you, you're simply moving from that one frequency to another, turning the page on a frequency that no longer serves, walking through a portal so divinely open and Christed, magnificently radiant. Make no mistake about that, for you are. Emulating this light, are you not? And moment for moment, dear lighted ones, play. See the path before you as this beautiful rainbow path of color, of joy, of sound. And whether you're taking your children to school, or whether you're doing what has been termed or defined as mundane tasks or daily schedules or activities, dear lighted ones, make no mistake about it, you are masterful in your design. There is nothing small about you or anything that you move about life within. Perceive all moments as the portal of love that you are and the creator of it. Shall we say this together, dear lighted ones? Open up your divine sacred hearts and honor the Mother Fire within you, the Christ and omnipresent within you. And visualize yourself, as Tina has a beautiful imagery there. There are two perspectives and illustrations that I've created through my work, through this beautiful pillar of light that runs along your spine, that opens up God breath, that opens up your soft and loving intention to feed and nourish your multidimensional bodies, your physical, mental, emotional, etheric bodies, the chakras, all that you are as a being of light. This God tube feeds and nourishes, enlightens, creates joy with, harmonizes through and with. And we open up this pillar of light through a soft and loving intent. The inhale feeding magnificent God breath all the way through your chakras, moving up the chakras, chakra by chakra, clearing and cleansing with the white crystalline love light frequencies, the crystalline white light of the Christ, washing down in and around and through you now, as if you had a beautiful shower of Christed crystalline light, bathing you, clearing the mental field with Christed light, oscillating light frequencies, light encodations, washing down through the blanket of your mental field, clearing and cleansing with the white Christed light. And as you're breathing, you're intending the white Christed light to clear and cleanse your physical field. Any energies you may have picked up knowingly or unknowingly in around your house, and you're co-creating with others of different vibrational frequencies and paths. And you clear and cleanse the etheric field through the white Christed light as it's washing down in, around, and through you now. And you're honoring it with breath. And feel the presence of your celestial teams assisting you and feeling the vibrations of the Christed light washing and clarifying and cleansing, bringing all frequencies of all that you are, molecularly, biologically, emotionally, etherically, mentally, up to its highest vibration of existence in this now moment. You may be feeling goosebumps. You may be feeling an expansiveness within your crown area, your chakra area. You may be feeling a centered peacefulness. And whatever may be before you in your moment-for-moment unfolding, in your schedules, and in your daily unfolding of routines, know that as a master, as these portals stand before you, and as you are aligned within your Christed light, as you are centered and balanced within your Christed light, and grounded with Gaia, any portal that stands before you, you now have that mastery and inner balance and harmony to know that I step into and intend an open Christed heart, so that whatever it is that I create and co-create and attract and magnetize and assist others, or maybe holding space for others. As I am a beautiful parent and guardian to my beautiful crystalline children, and as they move about their life in school and activities, whatever it may be, that portal allows you, gifting yourself permission to be the master that you are, walking through the resonant vibration of open Christed love, of whatever it might be that you want to walk through. It could be a full body healing. It could be an activation of self-love, whatever it may be. Because you're a master, you can do this. And there's counsels and consciousness to support you. That open intention through your heart, make no mistake about it, will offer you open potentialities in return of the highest vibration. And as I was musing earlier, through my own personal musings as a conduit, as a Christed channel, I was musing about the outlines. I've taken I have 3 beautiful crystalline children, and I've come here as a crystalline child. My DNA is unique and different, as ours all are. But I'm here to speak on behalf and be an ambassador of the ascending human, so that the crystalline children have a voice, if you will. A crystalline child of myself, coming here and feeling what I felt like growing up and having the gifts that I did unknowingly, not tapping into them at all because it wasn't ever talked about and discussed or even taught about in any way in our reality. And now we're awakening and opening. And each and every one of us has come here with a divine, human, soulful, heartfelt offering as the Christed beings that we are, the God children that we are. As we act upon our authentic soul calling, we add to the web of the all, the creational wheel of creation, and what's been called the wheel of creation. As each of us authentically acts in our highest joy and our highest excitement, we are unleashing that Christed joy, that Christed vibration. We are now creating the platform, the light field, our 5th dimensional reality Earth, those portals we create moment for moment by our actions, our behaviors, how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive our reality, masterful choices, balance and harmony. All of these things are your moment for moment mastery. It's how we create our reality. We are now creating the template and the platform and the 5th dimensional world so that the crystalline children and hybrid children and on and off world contact may be a potential for us. so that our evolution with Gaia may be far-reaching in kind. There is purpose and divine reason for everything, dear lighted ones. And my soulful purpose and my great divine excitement is not only to speak angelic tongue and Christed tongue, to bring the vibrations of the heavens to you now. For these are vibrations that we offer from our heart, dear lighted ones. And while we have the etheric chamber in this creative space for all of you to gather and attune to in any moment you so desire, for the collective family of human earth to co-create within, to be supported, to be loved, is to also bring forward the perspectives of how we can open into a heightened behavior through our heightened perspectives, our heightened thoughts, our higher dimensional beliefs, our open-hearted love, therefore creating open socioeconomic potentials, whether it be education, whether it be healing temples and light wisdom temples, whether it be how we self-heal, moving away from synthetic medicines, and all of those things that are part of our socioeconomic frequencies, banking, policing, whatever it may be that's you define in your socioeconomic world. There's no judgment or negative feeling about it at all. Remember, neutrality is mastery. We bless it. We gift it the honor that it has taught us, because those were the vibrations we created it within. We created those vibrations. As we awaken, as we embrace, as we honor all that we are, behold the portal before you. Absolutely new reality. And that's how profound we are as God children, as God creators. And we say this with great excitement, dear ones. Play. Visualize. Amplify all that you are in the soaking of divine sacred love. For feeling sacred, behaving sacred, honoring your children as sacred, bringing all those to their highest light as you hold yourself in the highest light, is walking through a portal of your own worthiness, is it not? Are you worthy to feel as deeply loved as you are? As the Holy Mother and Father sit in silence within you, waiting for those moments in which just a few moments of peace and stillness and silence and presence and mindfulness create that drop into your inner heart, that center soul matrix of all that you are. And within the silence, heavenly whispers offer you peace, offer you oneness in your co-creations, in your mere breath. Offer you the celebration just for being you. And what each and every one of us, dear lighted ones, my passion to come forward week after week and remind you in as many ways as the words will offer. You are so very purposeful and required. And may your hearts never be forgotten, dear ones. For your hearts are the portals of all love. The portals of all frequency and reality shifts before you. And as we enter into a new season, as we enter into new beginnings, dear lighted ones, in your bodies, in your multidimensional symptoms are showing you're so very vast and profound. May you remember the profundity of your heart space, for it is where all resides. Your reality shifts and changes before you through the portals that you intend and create from this sacred space of love. And may we hold you within this sacred heart space, dear lighted ones. And if you so desire, to place the palm of your hand upon the very center of your chest, as you're creating a beautiful entanglement and initiation in this moment of now. As we call together the sacred councils of light and the divine Christ collective and the archangels and the divine heavenly councils, the sacred soul tribe from our galactic federation, the divine celestial teams and our higher selves of those listening now and future now moments, the ascended masters and the divine rainbow masters of light, the Elohim and the divine heartbeat of Gaia with us in this moment of now. As we create within this sacred portal of light, within the sacred soul tribe, for all those who so desire that require a healing and a cleansing, that require a divine reminder of their Christhood and their godliness of love and self-joy and self-embrace and self-exaltation. For it is the remembrance and why we are each here, to bring our moment-for-moment life into new vibrations of love and self-acceptance. And as we create this divine sacred soul family, light union, the vibrations within the etheric chamber and around our planet and around this sacred globe meeting and union of hearts, from the center of our hearts, creating a harmonic light field and the pink Christed light emanating through the hearts of those that require love, that need reminding of love. And we hold the sacred space for those going through challenging and troubled times through their transitions. For those coming into greater self-awareness and self-acknowledgement of their divine gifts, may you feel the confidence and the clarity that you require to step forward through your portal of now and create through your portal of love in only the way that you can. And may your hearts be open and gifted with the divine living light that you are. As the feeding of the omnipresence of love and joy feeds through your multidimensional systems, and being sent back out to creation as we gift and honor the suns and soils with Christed light of our one harmonic heart. As our unity consciousness calls us together week after week, as we gift blessings and light, and honoring the paths of all others. And feeling the light create ripples of inspiration and divine musings as we each step into higher dimensional ways of behaving, softening within our hearts, and loving ourselves so divinely as the Divine and Holy Mother Father unconditionally love us. And we offer a blanket of Christed light to all of the children. From our universe far and wide, dear lighted ones, we are linked and we are threaded as one. And may the pulsations of compassion, and may the compassion feed through all words, through all actions, and all intentions as each of us walk through new portals of love, creating anew. And may we each feel the joy and the softening and the harmony as we gather in light, as we gather in common thought and heartfelt knowing that we are so very profound and loved and loving. And we hold light and we hold compassion and we hold honor for all those that require a compassionate essence of love to wash over them in this now moment. And may the forests and may the trees and may the air and may the water and may all that we are entangled and entwined with receive our divine human one heart, blessing of unity, blessing of mastery of joy in who we are as co-creators of love and light. For this planet, dear lighted ones, the soils that we all walk upon, we are threaded so intricately, make no mistake about it. And she feels us as we walk with her. She co-creates with us as we co-create openly and awaringly with her. And the oceans are forever changed with your loving blessings that you radiate from your heart. And the portals before you create anew, opportunities coming to you. For as you gift out light, so too is it returned. As you wish well to others, so too is it returned. As you gift abundance and prosperity to all, so too is it returned. For you are an oscillating field of love light. And we can create a new moment of now as we walk through this portal and open into the infinite potentials of love. And why it's so very important, dear lighter ones, thank you for joining us in this beautiful harmonic convergence of light that we all co-create together in the etheric gatherings in our Sacred Souls Tribe weekly gatherings of love and light as a sacred human family. As you enter into your mastery moment for moment for moment, know that as you go into each moment with love and openness, so too will that reality unfold in kind. For you set the vibration, as we said many, many times from our wisdoms from Metatron. You set the vibrations, and it begins from your divine sacred heart. Opening within love, creating that excitement of being that child of play, that god of play, and stepping into new light fields, knowing that, whether you're getting groceries or creating food for your family or creating a lovely meal for yourself, open within the divine sacred blessings of all that you are. And know that those open answers and solutions and resolutions and energy healings will be before you because you're opening into the all potential, not seeing it from the old world perspective. So we hope that this analogy of this beautiful portal of now has helped you, because you can walk into this portal on every single moment that you walk into. And it's so very deeply guiding and blessing to know that you are the master of this beautiful light creation, because you are. So thank you so much, dear lighted ones, for joining us moment for moment for moment and week after week. And we send love and light to all those that require the divine remembrance and reminding of their Christedness and their divine love. So join us after the break. We're going to meet with a beautiful guest, Christine, a beautiful Reiki healer and a beautiful divine goddess. And we're going to go through some Gaia images and some multidimensional parenting. So please, stay tuned. Thank you, and welcome back. This is Joanna from Universal Love and Light Wisdom Offerings. Thank you so much. And we forgot to mention at the beginning of our show that we do have a new intuitive reading and intuitive offering. I do offer personal healing sessions, Christed vibrational healing sessions, and they are intuitive readings. We pull in the celestial teams that you're working with, the higher self, that you're working with at the moment, and we move through whatever blocks that you're moving through, and we pull from the energy and the informations from your Akash and the various things that I'm attuning to within the fields, along with the many councils that we're all threaded with. And we've offered a new one now, and it's called Sacred Tea with Joanna. And for those that are local in the Calgary area, or if you're just passing through on vacation, whatever it might be. But we have this beautiful sacred tea, and I have this beautiful sanctuary, the Diamond Heart Sanctuary, that we do a lot of our grid work and a lot of our ceremonies and initiations and beautiful sacred land events with Gaia as we remember our entanglement with land, as we remember how entwined we are in our health and our wellness, and be reinvigorated through land. But I'm offering this beautiful sacred tea for those who so desire to come and entangle with me and the land for an hour, and we open into a divine sacred reading. And most often than not, Gaia is with us on all frequencies because of the space that we've co-created and intended here at our sanctuary. And it's a beautiful backdrop. So just know it's a really fun, it's a very light and fun offering and vibration to not only take in the personal vibrations of the Christed frequencies that we offer. They're always healing, they're always vibrational in nature, and there's usually toning and movement involved because that's how I use all that I am as a Christed being of light, and I entangle with the fields that we exist within. So there's usually beautiful movement and tonal offerings. Whatever comes up in every moment is usually different, obviously, because you all come with unique Akashic paths and themes that you're working on, and healers and teachers and co-creators alike. And the land here is very sacred and very special. And so we have beautiful trees that we can even do an initiation and walking through. So please feel free to know that we're adding beautiful resources every week. We add free resources every week. So please feel free to go through our website, ulwhc.com, Universal Love and Light Wisdoms, as well as we're creating a back-end network for lightworkers. And this network will be a beautiful hub and a center point where all lightworkers and healers that desire to fully explore the Christed vibration, fully express and create a platform of this higher dimensional walking through human life with. We'll have a portal of meeting other like vibration to co-create events, to co-create sacred teachings, and have a space for that safe and reciprocal communion, goodwill. I really intend that space to be fully goodwill, so that as we assist one another and we really co-create that embellishment of assisting one another. And so that's what that network will be, and that will be online in the new year for 2019. And it will be a platform that will open us into the Crystalline Children's Network, which will be a beautiful, safe, creative platform for the children to express their creative gifts and create that that beautiful space for them to co-create within. And so those are the intentions set for the creative expression and the Christed joy within us. So thank you. Tina has that link for that Sacred Tea with Joanna, and it is also offered on our website as well as our Facebook, Universal Unity Joanna. You can find us on Facebook, the Crystalline Children's blog spot as well, and all of our social networks. We're on Instagram now, so we're out there. Just click on any of the links and you can find us. But let's get to the etheric chambers. We're getting, this is our second hour, and we like to dive within the beautiful guest that we have presenting with us today, which is Christine. She'll be joining us in about 25 minutes. But we wanted to create a beautiful softening and an understanding as we're tuning in with the etheric chambers. Thank you, teams, and the beautiful councils of light with us today. And the archangelics, and we've got a beautiful collective of divine feminine archangels. So thank you. We're moving within a beautiful divine feminine frequency right now, and what I've been opening up into with the Rainbow Masters of Light and Mount Shasta assisting me. Oh, so they're saying thank you. Mount Shasta, our beautiful guest, is from the local area, and because we were attuning to Mount Shasta earlier, we've got the divine energies and the divine feminine goddess energies from Mount Shasta. So thank you. This is why we're feeling and sensing the way that we are right now. And we're opening up to these energies as we talk about crystalline children and as we talk about multidimensional parenting. Multidimensional parenting, for those that are new, is a new way of perceiving. Remember, as we perceive ourselves anew, what exists within and what we exist within anew, so too does our reality follow suit. We are the master creators of our reality. And our family life, interacting and entangling with our children, is no different. Bringing it to an awareness, bringing it to discussion, and bringing it to the table, if you will, new ways of behaving within the family, so that we align and intend greater harmonic balance. Creating those open portals of love, those open portals of behaving, so that one can intend before one steps out of bed, that as I place my feet upon the floor, I'm creating an open portal of Christed light. And I walk into the open timelines that present to me, because there's new timelines every moment that you created through your perspectives, through your beliefs of how open and loving you are, of how accepting you are, of how allowing you are, of how compassionate you are, all aligning with the Christed goods. And so too is it as we walk within our multidimensional parenting and guiding and however words we want to use, but we're suggesting that letting go of words that restrict and confine. For our perspectives of being parents have changed dramatically and drastically, and so it should. For how our parents have parented is not how we choose to move about life now, in an ascending frequency. And why all of our socioeconomic systems are changing, as we said earlier. For we are creating the consciousness portal, moment for moment for moment, through our thoughts, perspectives, and behaviors, and through our open-hearted love, how we behave with ourselves, how we honor ourselves and know ourselves to be, is the first step to creating and honoring all others, bringing them up to their highest level of genius, their highest level of intelligence. And as we bless every child within creation, every child, as are you, allowing you to feel and to know and to honor in every way all that you are as a God child. Your creative gifts that you're here to express and explore and experience with God is uniquely yours. With each and every individual child, so too it is. They each come with gifts. They each come with unique perspectives. They each come with their unique akash that they are healing. They each come with the unique blueprint that as you open and love thyself and activate your crystalline DNA, as the illustrations that Tina had earlier will show you what it somewhat looks like with a DNA activation, but not really. We just put it in an illustration for those that are visual creators. That vibratory field that you exist within, that is you. You're an egg of vibration. You send and receive information multidimensionally, moment for moment for moment. And your heart, your divine sacred heart, where Mother, Father exists in the center of your being, that soul matrix, is the divine mechanism, that true magnetizing agent that opens the all to you. You're a divine field of love light. You create in this way. The more aware you are of this, the more aware we are in creating our reality into a higher dimensional, loving, liberated one. Understanding that our children have come here with DNA that is ready and able to be integrated into our higher perspectives, our ways of behaving. But it's up to us as the agents of the house, if you will, the ambassadors of light, the harmonic keepers of the house, if you will, for that's our role, is to sustain and maintain vibration within the home, so that our children have this beautiful, safe, and open environment to explore all that they are, openly and lovingly and creatively, divinely. Setting safe boundaries so that they can explore that way, so that they all know the safe boundaries, so that each of them are respected within their unique boundaries. We each have different boundaries. As we go within and learn and love who we are, those boundaries shift and change. That's why there's a constant evolution in the home. That's why it's also very important to understand why breath, why understanding the multidimensional bodies, emotional, mental, etheric, and physical, that beehive that we are, so understandable and beginning discussions at the earliest of age, and why it's so important to, in child's talk about feelings, talk about emotions, talk about the body as it's changing. For as you go through your DNA awakenings, as you go through your ascension releases and karmic releases, so too do the children. They're linked with you, they're threaded with you in the quantum field of your home. Make no mistake about that, the DNA is threaded. As you heal thyself, there's healing goings on with all those that you are entangled with. That is why we say with great profundity, the Divine Mother and frequencies of the Goddess for coming in now. As you love thyself, dear lighted ones, in all the form that you are, you send ripples of love-light quotients, the love-light particles of joy, in a direction and in a way that is unique to you. And why we say often that the heavens rejoice in song every moment that you drop to your heart and love who you are. And offer the children to do the same. Gifting them the open intention. I honor you in this moment. I bring you to a level of genius as you stand before me. I behold your genius, for God beholds you. We are one. Shifting the entire frequency within the home. Creating that portal. In this moment now, as I walk down the hallway, I'm creating a moment-for-moment portal of harmony within my home. I intend harmony today. It is still the free will and the sovereign path of those within the home to choose to behave how they wish. But make no mistake about this. As you intend light and love and joyful play within your home, it will be felt and rippled through the all. And you will feel the adjustments. You will see the adjustments. For it is light. It is love. And these are simple, easy shifts in consciousness, shifts in awareness, shifts in behavior, shifts in how you present yourself to the world with intention through a portal of love, through your portal of heart and love and knowingness that right now I open within this divine temple I have created, love lives here. And may all children and may all people that pass through my doors, through this beautiful sacred heart space, may you co-create however you so desire, for we are co-creators of God. May you feel the love that is present. And walk through your house initiating and invocating your house anew. Invocate and initiate sacred play and dance. Here are the mothers tuning in. Thank you, dear lighted ones, for we all know, dear lighted ones, do we not? How beautiful and how sacred the ripples through creation are when our children are playfully and dancing through what they do. Your heart lights up, all parents in tune. And the dads come out and dance, and the moms come out and dance, and the animals come out and dance. And as the children dance, so does creation. For how many of us have felt and been resonant within the home, and our children are quite not feeling right, or they're down about themselves, or they wish to change everything about themselves because they feel like they just don't fit in. For we are crystalline children, I get it. When you intuit everyone around you and you come home feeling like a sponge and just completely and utterly emotionally zapped. When we see our children struggling in social situations, not understanding that God is within, for it's never been taught, it's never been told. From the moment that they take their first breath, they're placed within a reality that understands separation. And they're bombarded with separation and limitation in every angle. So it's up to us, dear lighted ones, in the mastery that we hold in this moment of now, to understand that with your divine and loving free hearts and your free will and your free choice, for that's gifted to everyone. But know that your light is profound, and so too is your love. And this is where we create. Create the portals of light that you walk through moment for moment, and teach your children these playful tasks of love, light, creation. If you were to walk through a portal, dear child, what would it look like? What colors would it be? What would be on the other side? What would you experience? Let's play. Let's tell stories. Come on. You open within the child of everyone, dear lighted ones. Imagination, creativity, sacred play. For we are all children of God. And we all ache and desire for those moments through which that God and that Mother within us whisper to us, you are so dearly loved, and the heavens are in joy when you dance. Creation is forever changed from your smile. How profound you are, how profound you are. Arise, arise, dear human of light. And as we speak this angelic tongue and send you and gift you with the Christed vibrations, dear lighted ones, know this with every fiber of your being, that we are within you. In any moment that you so choose to create a silence and a presence within you, the vibrations of Gaia are within you. The vibrations of your undeniable love for all that is within you. The vibrations of your universal oneness is within you. Your archangelic wisdoms and compassion is within you. Your healing wisdoms and your healing light is within you. All that is godly, that you are able to explore and express and experience is within you. How may you soften within this and step forward into a new portal of love to create anew, and offer the children to do so as well. But that they don't have to, and have that be okay too. For that is mastery, unconditional love and acceptance, all held within. So thank you, dear lighted ones, divine, profound energies, thank you. And we're going to quickly go to one Gaia frequency before we tune in with Christine. We've got a beautiful set of trees here on our Diamond Heart Sanctuary that Tina has put up. And you can see in this beautiful background as I was walking down one of the paths of the summit of our mountain, the Diamond Heart Sanctuary, where we hold ceremonies, where we hold initiations and healings, and the higher dimensional cities of light anchor and commune with us. Walking down a path, I saw these beautiful trees that were just enveloping a gateway. And as I took a picture, and I'm reflecting just upon it now, because I take pictures and I'm just in awe of Gaia and of nature, and I know later that I'll be musing upon the energies at the time. But right now it's offering this beautiful concept and energy of today, the portals of new. And these portals of new can be any aspect that you desire, that excite you, that delight you, that you can co-create from your own imaginings. And they can be pictures or images, they can be paintings that you draw, they can be songs that you sing or poetry that you write. Everything is a creative portal for you to open within. As your pen creates this moment of now on this paper, I'm opening into a portal of my Christedness. What creative musings and Christed dynamic will open to me in this moment of now? And you breathe into the moment and you allow and you surrender. And as you walk through the forest and through the trees, and a path beholds you, and you look up into the beautiful heavens in the sky, and the clouds and the colors and the light quotient that's dancing behind the clouds, and the leaves and the trees and the branches. It's a co-creative quantum dance offering you in. And as you open within this portal of trees, and in this moment of silence and breath as you commune with Gaia, what portal are you walking into? What offering of intelligence and wisdom and your Christed gifts are coming forward for you to dance with? Are you feeling the vibrations within the portals of your feet awaken as you step upon her surface to co-create with her? And as your hands touch the bark as you walk through this portal of initiation, whatever you choose it to be, whether it be to choose to love yourself in all moments, and you place your hands upon the rough, beautiful treasures of the bark and the stories that the bark tells and the vibrations of the trees feeling you in this moment and threading with you quantumly in the etheric chambers. What stories of love and reciprocation are the trees gifting you? Your oneness with it. The quantum dance that you've always had, but now you are awakened to. And how may the all of you create a new portal moment for moment, to soften within, to play within, to be in joy within, and to ripple through creation anew. And these cycles and these seasons and all moments offer us new moments to soften within the love of all that we are. And as the wisdom flows through us, and as the love flows through us, so too is the all changed. So we thank you, dear lighted ones. And we go to our beautiful, divine, crystalline moment of co-creation. And we're opening into this beautiful open conversation that we have with our beautiful guest, Christine Bursati. And I met Christine in Mount Shasta when I was on my very sacred retreat. I had the host that I was entangling with there align for me and arrange for me a Reiki session, because I do love traditional Reiki. It's one of my beautiful ways that I honor my bodies and I honor myself as an energy person. And I know that the people that I've aligned with for Reiki have been divinely aligned and threaded with me in so many ways, because the Reiki healers and practitioners that I have co-created and been manifesting in my reality have been the most profound Reiki people for me, to assist me in ever expanding who I am and deepening within who I am, and why multidimensional honoring of your bodies and ways of Reiki sessions and massage sessions are so very beautiful. I just love the beauty and the honoring of Reiki and the multidimensional potentiality that arises and is soothed and really healed within every session. So I open within this divine conversation, and I welcome Christine. Thank you, Christine. Welcome.
Hello, and greetings. Glad to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Great.
And so we had a beautiful experience when I was in Shasta. I mean, Mount Shasta was life-altering in and of itself, and you live there. And so just tell us a little bit about yourself and your revelations that you've come. I know that we briefly talked when I was with you, but just give us a little bit of your revelations as a light worker and as a healer, and what you've revealed to yourself over the past year, and why you found yourself in Shasta.
Well, I came up to Shasta because I heard her calling. Many people talk about high vibration areas where you'll be called to be there for some time or for a limited time, whatever lessons you're to learn there. I moved here a year ago, and the energies here had to, what's the word I want to use? Calibrate, adjust to, but it was very quickly. It was very quick, and part of it was the nature here. You were talking about the trees, the nature, the water, the mountain itself. There's a certain energy that she holds that you have to be here to experience, I think. I invite anyone who is called to come to definitely come here. I had been having some health issues, and in fact, the first time I ever saw her, 2 days later, I was in the hospital with a healing crisis, and started coming up here about 6 months after that, and then for 4 years continued to come up. And then she said, why don't you come live here and learn some more and receive some healing in the process, as well as opening up more, as you were talking about. The heart chamber and the Christ light here is very high frequency, and it has totally changed my Reiki practice. It's increased what I am receiving and channeling out to others.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I believe that we experienced, in any session, whether you're the healer or the practitioner, whatever it might be that you're embarking upon, it's always a co-creative threading, because there's never a moment that if I do a reading or a healing for someone that it's just a one way, because it's not. It's a multi-dimensional communion, and that really is what came to the forefront of Mount Shasta. And my session with you, it was a divine complement and a divine communion.
It was, and the timing that occurred was a beautiful, beautiful openings going on here. Recently we've had a lot of fire and smoke, so it's been a bit difficult to see her, which makes your heart long for her when you can't visibly see her. I look at her every day. I have a view from my living room. Before the call here, I was doing some tuning in, and she is just so happy. When you were talking about joy, there's so much joy in her presence. When you're in present time, every day is a new day, as you also talked about in this now moment. Some days, I swear, she shapeshifts into something else or moves, or that's my experience, the relationship I've developed with her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been called the last couple of weeks in my own transitioning. I'm going through an integration right now of dimensional light codes that, of course, I've never experienced before, and my entire cranium and crown and multi-galactic area that I feel behind my head when I'm tuning into galactic sound and frequencies when I tone and when I attune. And so my sensory and my cranial feels super intensive, and there's so many that are going through ascension symptoms right now because of these cycles that we've talked about, mastery level cycles, where we're, as time moves in a spiral, we're ever being ushered into a higher vibrational rung of experience, and that's what I see. And the universe is really allowing us to understand that at every moment your entire reality supports and refines, and you and your teams help refine your ever-moving soul agreement, your soul blueprint, your soul unfolding, so that we're letting go of certain relationships, we're letting go of certain beliefs, we're letting go of certain perspectives that we held about living and continuing the old treadmill vibration of activities. And they served us, and we bless them and we give them honor. But right now we're being ushered into standing and stepping into a portal through which it's much higher dimensional and vibration. And we can see and feel the shifting of all of these higher vibrational alignments. And it's affecting us vibrationally, emotionally. We're letting go of perspectives that we held onto certain relationships through attachment, certain behaviors of our body through attachment. All of these emotional and multidimensional things are coming to the forefront that you are most often than not assisting in the healing and the releasing, because we're meant to step into that now moment of, I'm a master, I can create a portal that's open, and so too will my reality experience.
Indeed, well said. And it does change moment to moment, and some days it feels, for me, very expansive and very rapid. Yes. I recently did have another level go up for me, especially in my crown and my third eye and my heart. And it's even hard to put into words the feeling, that expansion, that breathing through all the 4 bodies, or 5. Some people think there's 5. Yeah. I mean, there's more than that, right? But it is multidimensional. Yes. And just to bring it to a Reiki sense, when I approach a person's body, some people like to be touched during Reiki, some do not. And it can work actually without even being present. I can feel the resonance and the vibration, and more people that are ascending or in that process, their frequency is vibrating at such a higher level that my body and all bodies, I feel it, and then I'm receiving that. All positive. To me there is no negative. It just is. Yeah.
Yes, and that's beautiful. It's like a beautiful infinity symbol, and we often have that in our illustrations to show how profound we are in how we affect all around us. We send out an infinity symbol through our very center being to the children that we belong with, and they belong with us, and the family members and our friends and our forests and our trees and our waters. This infinity symbol is a quantum God symbol that we are all connected with the all. And as we stand and send love light to the trees absolutely feel it. They're threaded with you. So too is the water, and so too is the air. And so, I mean, it's a quantum way that we're allowing ourselves to understand that we're quantum now, and we can behave in a way that goes beyond sight, really.
Correct. Yes, definitely. For me, my experience, definitely beyond sight.
And so I absolutely loved our Reiki sessions. It was just exactly what I needed. I went through beautiful and profound experiences at Shasta, and I think I met with you just near the end of my stay at Mount Shasta, and I was with the Divine Mother Shasta every day. I slept up there. I slept on the mountain in my car. And I was just wanted to be there every moment that I could, and I did my own sacred ceremonies and dancing and twirling and spiraling. I mean, it was just a beautiful, magical experience. And the beautiful connections that we had through that Reiki allowed me to open into the collective frequencies that are now ever flowing from the universal level. I mean, they've always been flowing, but the rainbow masters of light are even more present in my everyday work. And so I thank you for all of your beautiful graciousness in those sessions.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And that's the frequency I've been working with. I've been practicing Reiki for since 2005 and became a master and 5 years later, and then studied with various different masters and lineages. And there's a newer energy coming through called Holy Fire, which is wholeness, and it sees Jesus and the Christed light and the Christed one as the healer. And the vibration of it is just so divine and loving, and so I feel soft. There's a softness to it that brings in the compassion and forgiveness and love that as a human race we're working through at this time.
Yeah. And with every those portals of moments, those moments that we call portals, we can envision it however we choose, but they're truly allowing us to, our reality is a reflection of all of the love and the forgiveness and the compassion we gift ourselves. And in every moment that we walk through in this knowing, the relationships around us soften, because we're not going into the relationships and into those portals with expectations. When we walk through our house, there's the expectations of people to behave in certain ways, or because they've always behaved in those ways, and we place those limitations around us in all moments that we communicate, in all moments that we're entangling with people and with creation. But really, moment for moment, they're showing me, the universal teams and the councils and the archangels and all the beings that we work with are showing me that, make no mistake how present you are, moment for moment, in refining your own soul contract. And I saw a big galactic table recently that myself and my higher self and my teams were sitting around, that were constantly refining how I present what I say and how I can align my words and my vibrations with those newly awakened, and how I can serve in the greatest and highest of ways, and why the relationships around us shift and change, and why our perspectives about us shift and change. Because it's a constant realignment to the energies that we are now being offered and sitting within, like collectively, planetarily, universally. And so these moment for moment integrations and softening within thyself assists us in the ever refinements of our soul contracts, and that's really present right now, I feel, for us universally. And do you feel that there's a refinement going on with people's soul contracts and what they're being called to do?
Yes, many people are finding new meaning in their life, or being guided to go with their soul purpose and to shed or let go of old images, paradigms that have existed for centuries. I feel centuries, that are now in a way birthing. They're birthing, and what we might see as destruction or chaos is actually the beginning, the birthing of something new. Like you said, the number 9. There's something to that, and how we come out the other side. Everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, the people that I have been interacting with that are conscious and aware, the light workers, the healers that are really stepping into it, their shadow side, they've had to look at both sides and navigate through that, and then be at peace with what was and step into what is.
Yes. And that's utter, undeniable forgiveness, because what we see in our reality, or what we judge or perceive in others, are those reflections that sometimes we don't want to look at. We don't want to look at, wow, I was angry the other day, and here's this person acting it out before me, and how can I go within and truly forgive myself for feeling that I was separate, in that moment, and how can I create compassion and perceive myself in a new way that is loving and compassionate, which is our lesson here anyways.
Yes, definitely.
But it takes mastery, and it takes awareness and consciousness to say, we're all healing. We are all at a universal level. When our children go through an Akashic release, when our children behave in certain ways and we see those behaviors in certain ways, they're moving through the reflections of a society that is so different than what they can perceive themselves as. And so too are we, healing what our reality is seeing, and we're giving it the blessing and the honor that it's due. That neutralizes those energies and allows us to step into something that's new and open and more liberating. But not all people are at that awareness level yet, and that's okay. But each and every one of us coming forward to say, this moment may be perceived as negative or limiting if you're fighting in the house or whatever it might be that you're day-to-day unfolding. You can stop and breathe, center to a wholeness, center to a higher state of being, and perceive it in an open, more dynamic perspective that allows the all to be served. And that's what so many of us have had challenges, because life, sometimes gets busy.
It does get busy, and I just thought some of the children that I've met recently, ones that are under 5 years old especially, they are so open, wise, present. Many of them are, and it's amazing to engage with them and to, for me, connect with my inner child who was, I don't even know how to put that one in words either. I just see this little kid roller skating, just trying to have fun and try to figure out why things were getting heavy as I got older. What happens as we progress as adults in human form, and then forgetting about our spiritual side. It seems to get kind of pushed down. So as we're all experiencing this expansion and this opening and these portals, what an opportunity to change the story, change the reality.
I love that, yes. And how I've always thought of Reiki, when I haven't had many Reiki experiences, because I now live in Calgary and I just haven't been able to connect with a Reiki local person. But Reiki for me is, I feel like a child when I'm going to Reiki, because it allows me to be my full crystalline self. I get the energy, I get the vibrations, I get what happens in the Reiki session. And so when I think about Reiki, I'm just like a kid. And this is why coming here as a crystalline child and growing up within the limitation that I did, and having the visitations with the Pleiadians and being the conduit that I am, I'm able to bring my own unique story forward, as each of us are. And I'm only saying this as an example because each and every one of us, and I'm able to say this because I know this, each and every one of us have these unique expressions of our allness, of our crystalline playfulness, to come forward and authentically be who we are. And when we are authentic in who we are, sharing and speaking our truth and being proud and loving and compassionate of ourselves in our words and how we speak, we truly do feel the shift within our reality, and it just seems to work. Everything just seems to flow. Synchronicities, abundance, prosperity, gifts of donation when you need it to pay the bills, and I mean all of those things they're all threaded within your creational wheel, the God within you. And so I come forward to say these things because I'm a crystalline child, understanding the vibrations and the feelings that they're moving through, that every human is moving through, and bringing it to an offering, and that my unique story is only one of millions and billions that are also coming forward to own their authenticity and to play like the children that we are, because creation flows to us when we play.
It does. And I've been playing lately, and a lot of good things have come my way. Yeah, it's been amazing, even since I saw you, just what's shifted for me. And it just feels like it's just all of a sudden all this movement is happening because I'm in my authentic space. I am who I am. I am what I am who I am. Working a lot with Saint Germain and Violet Flame energy and the Christ consciousness energy has just moved me on so many levels. And with Reiki, what I find too is if I've worked with people who are in a healing crisis or who are transitioning, I do a lot of what we call distance or non-local sessions with people, feeling their etheric bodies changing. They're able to go in, and if they choose and they desire to, work on past issues, emotional, mental issues that they want to transmute or transform or release. The Reiki it just guides. It does it for them. It helps them. Reiki is the saying. It is divinely guided. It is universal life force. It is our spirit and soul, I believe.
Yes, and we under the umbrella of all that is, we are all energies, we are all things, and each and every one of us has our own unique gifts to walk through that portal and say, I'm going to create, and I'm going to master, and I'm going to navigate my own healing. And you can truly find those people that are meant to come into your field to play sacredly in energy and play sacredly in, immediately when I met you, there was that reciprocation of respect. And openly respecting one another's energetic gifts allows that open portal that you and I created in that session for divine wisdoms to flow both ways, because we were both offered and we were both in that communion of energy. And I've always felt and I've always known private sessions to be this way, because as I open within the portal of their intuitive heart space, they're opening within a field of wisdoms and Akash and blessings that at some level I'm also healing and I'm also moving through. And it's a reciprocation of the all living through us, and that's how true healing occurs, is when both parties are saying, may the divine in me entangle with the divine in you. And whatever healing may occur, will occur. And it's really bringing ourselves to a new level of what truly is healing, and understanding that we all are masters to create the portals through which we walk through and that we experience.
Yes, and as you were saying that, I was thinking of the infinity symbol of that divine meeting, of that connection, that flow. It's for me, it happens more and more and more frequently. And recently I had 2 people show up in my life who are also light workers and healers, who've shown up at the right time, the right place, and doing some work together.
And the creation will flow and support you in every way. And so the divine etheric chambers, and you have a beautiful picture of Mount Shasta and an image of Mount Shasta, if you wanted to share it with Tina, well as...
I do believe I did send it, did I?
Oh, perfect. I'm just going to get out of this one picture, and I'm going to look at the picture you sent me. And this is a beautiful image that you have of the divine goddess Mount Shasta.
And that particular image, I spend a lot of time meditating at that spot. So I'm both with the water, the trees, and the mountain. But I do go up and do ceremony on the mountain a lot. And just majestic, and that was taken in the winter time. So she was covered with snow. Right now it's pretty dry, but she's still powerful as ever. But yeah, I feel that's a wonderful image of I just heard stillness. There's a stillness there by the water. And then looking at her and connecting with the trees. It can be just so profound to just stare. And the information that comes through is magical at times. Very spiritual. And very healing, I must say. That's probably the biggest thing for me in my experience, is that there's just so much healing that comes off of her.
Yeah. She's a divine eminence, and her divine mother frequency and the divine mother frequencies that are flowing through us in this moment of now. Thank you, Divine Goddess Shasta and Divine Goddess Christine, for opening this portal of love for us. We see the harmonization of the embodiment of nature and the embodiment of God in the images, and the embodiment of the heavens and the earth meeting. And the mountains are those aspects of ourselves and the reflections of ourselves that we are the bridge of all things heavenly. As we anchor ourselves within the sands and the soils of graciousness that Gaia offers, so too do the mountains, and so too do the trees, and it's any one perspective, and they're all perfect, and they're all divine, and they're all beautiful and right in every moment. And it's the harmonization of all that we are within all things. We're harmonized with the heavens, we're harmonized with the sky and the clouds and the light ships that dart by at night, because there's much light ship activity at Mount Shasta.
Yeah.
And it's
yes,
because, yeah. And it's the harmonization. It's the harmonization of ourselves, seeing ourselves as the profundity and the subtlety of the mountain itself. And Christine opened that eminence of vibration because she holds that eminence. And this is what we often say, is that the portals that you offer to thyself is the reality that befolds to you. You're opening that energy and that resonance of awe and eminence and honor and subtle beauty because you are. And Mount Shasta is celebrating you in this moment, and she's a divine mother frequency. And I had no idea, I did not do a lot of reading about Mount Shasta, about what others had experienced, because I like to go into sacred travel with a clean slate, if you will, to open myself through my own portal into my Christ and allness and experience what is meant for me. But her energy is truly a soft and elegant and very profound energy, but it's a mother energy in which there's a beautiful sacred, it's like she's cradling you in love, only, holding you in her arms as a beautiful divine child, and that's her beautiful eminence that she offers, but that you offered the portal because of your state of being and your presence within it. So you're so very divinely beautiful, Christine. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very blessed to live here and call it home at this time. And people may or may not know this, but the motto here is where heaven and earth meet.
Yeah.
for Mount Shasta, and
that's beautiful.
It truly is. She is our little in-betweener. And for some people, some think she's the heart center, and many believe her to be the base chakra here.
Well, I'm so happy that we've connected and we've entangled. I hope that you send me the links where people can reach you, and I'll post it on my Facebook. And if you can put your links on, send it to Tina now so that she can post it in our chat room for anybody that is ever in Mount Shasta and would love a beautiful Divine Reiki session and connect and entangle with Christine. I'm absolutely positive that we will have many co-creations together, Divine Goddess Christine, and I really appreciate you dancing with us today and connecting with us, and I just feel a great connection with you, and I know that we'll have many chances to co-create in our future, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you, and many blessings to all. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we have a beautiful welcome to our weekend, we just wanted to say thank you to all those that gather week after week into our Sacred Soul Tribe. We gather in a beautiful global and planetary, galactic, universal way through which the beautiful soft intentions of your open heart to the all, divinely entangling and divinely dancing, so too will you be threaded within the all, and all light be received and all light be gifted in the same way. So thank you so much to everyone that co-creates with us in all ways. And walk about your path with a beautiful soft heart and a loving heart to thyself, and know that you're a divine God-child, co-creative genius, and know that you're here for a divine purpose of your own exploration and your own experience as yourself as God. Thank you so much, dear lighted ones, and we say namaste with great love and joy.
Thank you for joining us for this beautiful co-creation of love and light wisdom. May you go forward in a beautiful way as you enjoy these offerings, as you explore the God within, as you experience and express the God within. Open your hearts, dear lighted ones, and may we always co-create in love, divine harmony and balance and bliss with one another and all that is. Thank you for joining us.